does that. We'll see.
Okay, Volker, we can't wait to see what takes place there. But let's take a listen to my conversation now with Ilia Topuria. Ilia, thanks ever so much for your time on Fox Sports Australia. Always great to have you on the show, my friend.
My pleasure. It's always my pleasure.
Now, you're moving up to lightweight for this title fight, and you told Joe Rogan only a few months ago that you walk around at about 180 pounds when you're not in camp. So have you felt a big difference in your power and your energy not having to lose as much weight?
Of course, I have felt so much difference between one weight class and the another. A huge difference. I have been able for the first time to enjoy the whole process, which makes me very happy.
Well, you looked very happy and very strong in that training vision that you released not too long ago. But Ilia, did you put on more muscle mass for this fight, or have you retained roughly the same frame you fought with at featherweight?
I retained the same weight as always. I did the same trainings as always. Of course, we did some adjustments for the opponents we have ahead, but everything was the same.
Okay, well, let's talk about that opponent and that fight coming up. Of course, you warned Charles Oliveira to bring his pillow for this fight, but Ilia, Charles has 31 wins by finish and the most in UFC history with 20. He's known for putting blokes to sleep himself.
Yeah, but you are not talking about his losses.
That's fair. He has many losses. What weaknesses do you see in them?
10 losses. He lost in every ways. From knockout, submission, decision. One more against me, it's not going to be a problem for him. He's going to take it and bounce back.
He also has, speaking of submissions, the most submission victories. And then speaking of that, you say that he's had many ways of losing, but people often regard his grappling as his greatest strength. But Ilia, you actually started your career with 7 straight submission wins yourself. Do you feel like that's something that you might look to exploit this time around?
I've been saying I have even the advantage in the grappling, in the ground game. I could submit him easily.
Why do you believe that, considering all the high-level people that he submitted in there?
I don't care, but he didn't face never someone like me. I'm telling you, it's not like maybe I sound a little bit cocky that the people thinks that I'm overconfident, but I know how good I am, and I don't care what the people says. I know that I'm better than him everywhere. Like, if the fight takes the place in the ground, I could submit him. In the striking, of course, you all know what's going to happen. So I felt very comfortable.
I don't think people regard you as cocky anymore. I think people just see that as confidence. You've shown what you can do in the octagon, particularly in your last 2 performances. And speaking of that, we were speaking with your old mate Alex Volkanovski just now, and he predicts that Charles Oliveira will be very in your face. He will advance forward, and that's going to pose, I guess, maybe a different game plan for you compared to fighting a Max Holloway or fighting
The thing is that he's going to try maybe to be on my face, but he's not going to be able to do that. Like, first seconds of the fight, he's going to feel something that he never felt in his entire life. He's going to feel something completely different. The power, the speed, the skills. He's going to feel like he's not going to see me coming. He's not going to see me. He's not going to be able to do what he thinks that he's going to do. He's going to have to adapt to my game and go to sleep for a little.
Your last performance, Ilia, against Max Holloway was very, very impressive. What lessons did you take away from fighting a guy who does have such long reach, who has the build of a lightweight, really?
I don't know what I have learned from that matchup. I've learned many, many things. I have learned that it doesn't matter how much reach do you have. I can put you to sleep anyways.
Ilia, when we spoke in February here in Sydney, you were expressing to me your desire to move up to lightweight, to fight Islam Makhachev. Was that because you so desperately wanted to become a 2-division world champion, or was it because you wanted to test yourself against a legend like Islam?
I wanted, of course, to beat someone like Islam, a guy who was dominating the whole division. So if I wanted to face someone in that division, it was Islam, because if you beat someone like him, of course the prize is bigger. It's like if you want to become the world champion in the featherweight division, you have to beat Alexander Volkanovski because he dominates everyone in the division. So this is why I wanted to face Islam. But anyways, he moved up. He took his own path, and I'm doing my thing.
So now that he's no longer in the lightweight title picture, do you still want that fight against Islam, or will it not bother you if you never fight him?
It doesn't bother me if I never fight him. If the UFC wants it, I always gonna accept it. I never choose my opponents. I never say like against him yes and with him no. It's like whoever is in front of me, I don't care. Tell me when, where, and I will be there.
Well, that was one of the bucket list fights of this year. And speaking of bucket list fights that we might not get, Jon Jones announced his retirement just the other day. Could I get your reaction to that?
My reaction, I think that he has an amazing career. He's the GOAT of the sport, and whatever he decides to do, it's good.
Okay, well, good to hear that you're content with that. Back to Islam, though. I remember it was our guy, Jack Della Maddalena, who might have ruined those plans a little bit. I mean, I don't imagine you're angry with Jack at all, but do you have any advice for Jack, who might be coming up against Islam Makhachev next?
The advice, like, he has to work the straight body shots, because that takes away the intentions of the takedown. If he works with the straight body shots, he's gonna stop his intentions of the takedowns. And he's doing a great job in the striking. I like how he fights.
It'd be certainly very interesting to see. Now, we were talking about Alex Volkanovski a little earlier. Speaking to him, he still really, really wants that rematch against you. Ilia, will you ever come back down to 145 pounds?
Why?
Or does he have to chase you at lightweight now?
He has to chase to cook with me. This is what he has to do. Yeah. I don't want to fight him anymore. I really like the guy. I don't think that our path's gonna get crossed anymore.
Okay, well, maybe in the kitchen.
Maybe in the kitchen, but I'm very bad cooker.
Oh, you're not good?
Very bad. No, not at all. He's much better than me.
Okay, well, maybe he can teach you a few lessons in the kitchen. Then he makes a really good steak. Let me tell you.
Yeah, did you try it?
Yeah,
I never tried.
He makes a great burger as well.
I want to do it. Besides of fighting, let's cook. Walk.
That's a good idea. Lastly, Ilia, Charles Oliveira predicted a knockout, that he was going to knock you out in this fight coming up. Your response to that, and how do you predict that you're going to break down his striking? Because we've seen him knock many people out before and knock many people down as well.
My response to that is, just in case, bring the pillow, because you're going to need it. And may you realize in the wrong moment that you had to bring it. So bring it, because you're going to go down.
Ilia, always so entertaining, always so full of charisma. We thank you so much for your time on Fox Australia. All the best to you this weekend, my friend.
Vamos Australia.
Yeah, absolutely brimming with self-belief, as he always is, Ilia Topuria, but he will have his work cut out for him this weekend against a very experienced opponent. And in honour of that, as we go to a very short break, let's take a look at some of Charles Oliveira's classic finishes from way back in our Musashi Top 5.
Oliveira pummeling that right hand under, looking to connect the hands. He's got the hands connected. Now he's hanging on the neck. Jury's in all sorts of trouble. It's over! Charles Oliveira by submission!
Oh! Big right from Oliveira. Hammer fist. Nicholas is down. Charles Duprox Oliveira doesn't wrap him up. He knocks him out.
Look at this, Oliveira with the triangle choke. That's very tight now. That's it, it's the tap. Charles Oliveira, yet another submission win inside the octagon.
But he's got to be careful here because Oliveira's going to take his back.
Man, nice
Transitioning and it's all over. Oh, wow. He's got it locked up, Mike. Right away.
Back to the head, Joe.
Oliveira turning it into to an armbar. He's got a triangle and an armbar combination. Elkins is in all kinds of trouble. Oh, he's done.